Hi, Ndonzi Emen Chimsoro. I am a father of 3 and a husband of 1. And I'm a musician, and I work in the sound, audio, and whether it's called aircraft, motorcar. Basically, that's who I am.
Okay, my name is Mono Mukundu. I'm God's favorite guitarist.
Yes.
As well, I'm a music producer. Yeah, basically in this.
I'm William Chingombe. I am a media expert who has now migrated into farming, rural farming, and rural enterprise development. So I adopted another new name. So I'm now the country boy.
Wonderful. Yes.
All right, inini ndinonzi Tarisai Kanyama, but popularly known as Tamika Manyoni. Well, the Tamika comes from my first name, middle name, and surname put together. Tarisai Millicent Kanyama, that's Tamika. And Manyoni ndinoira ungwe, so that's where the Manyoni name comes from. I'm a high school teacher. I teach English language, literature, English language and communication skills. And ndiri a freelance journalist. Ndinonyanya kufarira kunyora arts and entertainment. And then I'm an arts critic as well. I've rubbed a few shoulders the wrong way. Nekunyora my reviews asina kufarirwa nevakawanda. And then ndinofarira poetry, debate and public speaking as well. Yeah.
Wonderful.
My name is Joe Njagu. I'm a storyteller. I tell stories using the medium of film. I run a company called Final Cut Pictures, based here in Harare, and we make all forms of film, from narrative, documentary, music videos, and all that. Shuma film.
That's the hashtag.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm both Nyamondera. I'm a musician and a music producer, doing music production, recording, and talent scouting.
Yes.
That's what I am.
Wonderful. Particularly, I have interacted with each one of you at personal level many times, WhatsApp, face-to-face, and over many years, and I've admired the works that you do. And not only that, but the relationship that's there between us. So in a way, you've touched me for years and years in a very personal way. And I felt that you have a treasure, a wealth or depth, when you got a mine of wealth of information. It is very critical to the one. How do they do this? And what did I say? So I sent my questions to you earlier on before we started this recording, Eddie, and the other to discuss. I sent you one of the questions that why are the people with the right information quiet and those with the wrong information loudest? Something that I have seen in many times when people are giving an interview or they come for a recording, and then I find right information, very quiet, but on the wrong information, very loud and very confident, and they have access. So what are the consequences of having the loudest, emptiest mouths speaking? What are the consequences? So I wanted to discuss it, then to enter to the next things, and I will be feeding off each other, to get feed off each other. So that's the first question, and I got 2 minutes, right? What is your observation, and how can we?
Well, I think generally, one feel kuti kana wasingazivi field yacho ndozonzi handizii saka they want to be loud kutaura kuti ndinozivawo handisizuzi. So vanoziva chaivo like they get professional jealous.
Yes.
I mean, that's what sound like. Yes. But I think we approach going the right way, unopa information, but sometimes approach inokanganisa, but wasingaziva vanofunga kuti vanokutaurirai.
Okay, so vanokompensata nevolume.
Yes.
Kukompensata data
Yeah,
nevolume.
uto ndikaita loud still ndikundinzwika. But akanyararo hanzi mugoti unopa wakadii.
Anyara.
Yeah, kupsychology pane inonzi the Dunning-Kruger theory, so yekunzi vanhu vasingazivi chinoita kuti asazive ichocho ndo chinoita kuti asazive kuti zvataura zvina musoro. Inonzi the Dunning-Kruger, it's a theory yakaresearchwa ikapresentwa nemumwe ainzi Dunning nemumwe ainzi Kruger. Saka hanzi what happens is vanoziva vaiveka zvakafanira kuti kana uchiridza, let's say for example piano, unenge unatsoziva zvinofanira unatsoridzwa zvacho chaizvo, unoziva kuti kugona ndeuku, udofu ndeuku. Saiwo kana wati nechepakati apo unatsoziva kuti apa handipapo, saka you humble yourself uchinatsoziva kuti apa handipapo. Ona. But asingazivi yamanje even ari apa paanenge achitozona tori above major lines acho chaiwo. Saka usually izvozvo kunatsooneka these days the social media kuti like you said kuti vanhu asina zvekutaura vacho ndogara kuti unofanira kuita mafira kureva aine chekureva. Because vazhinji vari kuita mafira kureva but chekureva chacho asina. So ndaitombotaura kuti I think it will come a time maybe, it's my hope kuti panofanira kuzosvika time yekuti panofanira kuiswa malaws chaiwo enyika chekuti kana even kana uchiti rana podcast nezvinhu zvaunoziva. Ona kana uri wemusic uita podcast yemusic, kana uri wemedicine uita podcast yemedicine. Because ino tikuona kuti pane mama very sensitive topic arikuitwa nemunhu asina kana any qualification on those matters, and information yavari kupa is very very dangerous. Pana tikatarisa some issues to do with the health, issues to do with everything, especially manje kwedu kumusic manje everybody vanhu vazhinji vanongooneka funga kekungotarisira pasi music, because music yangonzi ndeyemarombe nevanhu vanochaya mabasa. Saka unoona munhu achidiscussa imwe topic so but ari musango. Amene kama makambona imwe mufanira ndakatsiura vaitaura kuti kuita macover versions kuba, ndikati aizvi kuba saka dai UB40 isipo dai kusina band inonzi UB40 because vanotorarama nemacovers. So I think mhosva yandonyanyopa inini chikonzero chandonyanyopa that theory ye the Dunning-Kruger yekuti vasingazivi they become the loudest.
Saka zvinotoda ruzivo kuziva kuti hauzivi.
Yeah, just as an example, kana ukatarisa kubhora chaiko maspectators anotoziva kuti substitute wayo kupfuura coach apa angadai apira bhora apa angadai azodai wazona yeti munhu ane challenge ayafungawo zvakati. Yeah, but vari kunzoko they think they know better. Bvisai uyo haasi kugona.
I think
that's the same thing.
chimwe chinhu chiri kukonzera kuti vasina ruzivo vataurise inyaya yesocial media. Like because of social media vanhu are just easily gaining popularity. And it's so easy I'm not to attack anyone or to take away from hustle yake, but there is somebody yakaita popular nekungoisa video yekuti akati ndinyengei, and from there became a household name. From there became a brand ambassador. Handizi tadzika level of education iri papi, akasvikawo papi nenyaya yekudzidza, akazotorwa achibvunzwa matters of zvimwe zvinhu zvekuti ape opinion yake, ari kupa educated opinion here, ari kupa expert opinion here. Saka because of social media, because vana TikTok vana Instagram ava iwo ma content creators aya, munhu anongoita popular, and then because akuzikanwa nenyika yese, people think now is a mouthpiece for other issues dzaanenge asingatozivi. Saka I blame also social media kuti iri kupusha vanhu and they are becoming the faces of maybe health, faces of fashion, faces of music, when they know nothing about those issues.
Saka sometimes vanhu vanoita kuti because I enjoy something that way I expect paneti enjoy,
which is actually very 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 unfortunate. It's not only social media, but even particularly in our space here, Africa, where we have got faith matters that are very, very high. You have actually people who think theology is the answer and solution to everything. So you actually get people who have got a very high profile in the faith dimension, wanting to comment things that have to do with health, and they think they've got a solution for health. And you get the same people we have never even owned a chicken coop holding a business summit.
Yeah.
They know nothing about talking about economics and all the stuff.
Yeah.
And the people who know, who have got the correct information, they will then be quiet.
Yeah.
Why? Because they are afraid to be associated with Mnasingaziyo. That's why there are people who are very loud even on social media.
Yeah.
And one information avaende ipapo to correct them because vanotya kuzo associated with that.
Yeah, because crowded.
Because it's very easy kuti ndataura nonsense and then a high profile person then comes on my page and then over taura, people will look at it as if are authenticator my nonsense. Saka they then stay away, want to get out of my terrace. And it's not even on groups, my WhatsApp groups, you know, your various groups that we are on. There are people that you will never hear their opinions and voices because they are afraid to be labeled as associates of certain information that will then be happening on that platform. So people, they do that to protect their reputation because with information comes responsibility. And these guys, because they don't have information, they can easily...
Oh, yes.
Avana risky, avana... But when somebody has got information, the right information, they tend to protect it and then they tend to be responsible because information it demands that you become responsible. You know what to say, when to say it, and where to say.
Accountability.
So accountability becomes an issue.
Big responsibility. Mkoma Joe.
Yeah, I think just adding on to what Mkoma William is saying, when you look at the people with information, like let's give an example. Let's say on social media there would be a talk about telecoms and all that, right? And you have, let's say, Strive Masiwa in the tellers reading this. And if you look at the people with knowledge, like let's say Mono knows how to play guitar, he's gifted with it, right? So to Mono, it comes as second nature to him, and he knows this information. Then comes X, who learns like a guitar 1 year, and they feel like, oh, I don't know everything about a guitar, even they're sharing. So even if Mono sees them sharing about a guitar, and even if it's wrong, if he comments or if he say anything about it, he's validating even that person. If Mono, so I think when vazhinji vacho information, there's a character yavatori nayo yekuti like there's things where, you know, for you to have information unenge a level of intelligence. So could disseminate information, you're not going to just say something for the sake of saying it. Why am I saying this? Why am I posting this on social media? Where am I posting it to? So if someone wants, I want to learn about sound engineering, you approach Mkoma Bothwell very proper. You take him on social media. Mkoma Bothwell. So I think the danger that's there now is that everyone now has a microphone because of social media. So it's now, and it's very dangerous because, like you're saying, opinion based on what facts, you know. So I think the biggest monster is the the microphone that's been given to everyone through social media.
It's almost like that edit room has been removed.
Yes.
A producer,
because if you look at it now, you know, like conversation Google, but Google information by internet. So internet, I think, is the biggest monster by information dissemination. Kudara, you would read a proper book about something. What was that? Okay, book na professor as you Google something, don't go on page Tamika on an opinion about something. And that's dangerous because that's Tamika's opinion. But that was very maybe it's true. Can I tell you something on Twitter and I would have to quit it. But the opinion she's popular, she's got 1 million followers.
And sometimes
sorry.
No, carry on, man.
Na Njaguiga tuiona futi a lot pane like you to music atungu wanzo fesa the music pane mama way of running things count it's very relevant to a certain country. It's correct ukataura sitting here uchitaura about Nigeria. It's correct ukataura seri nyaya uchitaura about America. But ukada kuisa mucontext Zimbabwe, it doesn't work. Saka iyo kuti munhu anongogoogla manje. A lot of people vanongogoogla something. Otoenda kutown nenyaya iyoyo achifunga kuti it applies to Zimbabwe when it doesn't.
Yeah.
So I think it's very I'm agreeing with what you're saying kuti internet at times it's a very good tool but yakushandiswa the wrong way. In every time kanchi approach zveInternet ndo zveapproach academically kuti munhu akanyora something ku academica zvinonzi kana uchikota munhu iziye an authority munhu
Exactly.
akambo experience yake iri papi kana chikoro chake chiri papi sadza pari kuconsiderwa experience kana pari kuconsiderwa chikoro bhozi ukangomhanya ungondocheka painternet pano munhu anonyora marara mamwe ekuti anozokunyadzisa.
So pane zvamataura zvagotrigger something pamataura nyaya yeinternet. I think you mentioned it, so Mkwamon has also just mentioned it, kuti the bullying yacho inoitika kuti it shouts you down kuti uda kutaura something that they my loud voices are even asina data and they can team up. It's almost like to packs of wolves. Tokuti tunoda team up vanotegana ubva wati pane munhu iye momo naye wogwamuita tear down saka vanenge vakutya manje kubuda pachena kuti titaura ndikaofenda kagurupe kwakanenge kakembuka. I don't know if you have experienced
that.
What I've seen from, I'll talk from a classroom setup.
Yes.
Mu class muya wakabvunza a question. Kune munhu anenge achitoziya answer. But mune vanhu vari popular manje. Pone vanozikanwa vanotaura the loudest in the class. Saka uya vamwe vanoziya vacho they are very timid. Havagoni kuzviexpressa zvokuti ukatoenda paari ukamubvunza anototaura low voice kake anotaura correct answer kuti saka wanga wakanyararei. And then mumwe ari confident akatsika kusumudza ruoko achidai ari kutotaura dondo akarasika. So nyaya yeconfidence and nyaya yepopularity zvandachitaura zvezvo I will go back to nyaya yepopularity kuti the popular people ndo vaakuita mouthpiece ezvinhu zvavasina information pazviri and vaakuitwa kunge vari kutrustwa vakutorigatwa sema-authority because vane ma-followers. So basically inyaya yeinternet iyoyo.
Internet because zvekuti ndikaita more likes and what zvimwe zvacho unotaura nuisance but as long as people can like or share zvinge zvitokufambira iwewe. Because a lot of people think kuti everything printed is really right. Kuti printed word is right, but you've got to vet. You've got to vet kuti zani wanani uyani the authorities zvachitaura mukuvamona.
It's even worse when people actually use YouTube because there's real demonstrations that will be happening there.
Exactly.
And YouTube has actually made everybody to be an expert in everything. You have invested years and years of, polishing your talent, making sure that you become the best at what you do. And then in 6 minutes, you then do a session on YouTube just teaching people 2-3 chords. But there are a lot of things that goes into you becoming God's favorite guitarist. And people then take that 6 minutes and base those 6 minutes as the alpha and omega of what they are going to become. And I'm also one of what my experts.
Of course, yeah.
And these things, they take a lot of time. And there's a process to it. It's not an event. But people disregard the process. And because I can just access it on YouTube, I can pull it out and then I become an expert and become a voice. And that's where the world is actually missing it. There is a lot that we can learn from the internet. It has helped us develop in many aspects, but it was also destroyed a lot of fundamental issues that make who we are as a people. So we need to sift. And like you rightly say, takatongokura chitongoti chinhu kana chikangoiswa mubhuku chato correct because chiri mubhuku chakaprindwa and then kana chingori handwritten usati wa serious chingochisa mubhuku chete and then but kwane a lot of rubbish that is now printed. A lot of nonsense, heretic stuff that we are now consuming because Shangweswa book. So I think we need to when information is being passed, you know, when we were growing up, tiri students, kana teacher akauya akatanga kuti, especially vanenge vachiticha chemistry, maths and all the stuff, data. But you need to go a bit yonder, because data is just raw information.
Yeah.
And we get a lot of raw information that's just being thrown, you know, all around.
Yeah.
When that raw data is, as we used to learn it, my computers, you know, kuti raw data rika process information. So a lot of people would then have processed the information. They would then refrain from one too much data, because when too much data, vanoda kucompensate nekuti say nekuallowed, but vasina chi.
So what can be done? Just taking from what you're saying, never tawa natamika kuti mustudent mu class pane mwana anenge achiziva answer but anenge achinyarara, andingati in my own definition ma timid experts vanenge vachitya. What can be done to encourage those to come to the forefront kuti vakwanise kuita present vasingavhunduke kana kutya loud megaphones aya mamwe anenge ari empty? Then also another thing andoda kubvunza ndeyekuti toita sei kuti vanhu vadzidze kuti vaadmit kuti I learned the wrong things. You know, it takes a lot of maturity to say I was wrong or ndakadzidza wrong things panapa. Because I don't know the military, you know, kanganisa vanhu kuti vangoadmit that now I think I went to the right.
Right.
Yeah. So
and I was going to say the same again. Now in every human being, I think the biggest threat becomes ego. Ego becomes the enemy. It's the greatest liability we have, because we can't climb down. I've been on many platforms where somebody posts information you also know it's fake news, fake, and then you say, "Is this verified?"
Yeah.
You know, and then they would say, "You can't So kwavari, they are now taking a defensive position.
Yeah.
So I think what needs to happen is that our system, you know, is designed in such a way that it creates competition. And one of the reasons why you are watching or when information watches that are refrain, because sometimes they don't want to get into a competition about things that they know. Because our to validate, you know. Saka, our system creates the element of competition, and the competition do you know to because they want to become number one. So the approach should be, we must have the information that will make all of us succeed. Yeah. And if that's the approach, then it then dismantles publishers or not verify. So that I will then become the newsbreaker.
I think
to control that. Yes, we need
people go to the point of committing suicide because
that's true.
Wrong information went out about them. There was no consequences. There was no accountability.
Yeah, true.
I think there's too much freedom.
Too much freedom of expression.
Yeah, your freedom of expression is now infringing
on someone's rights.
On
Yes.
someone's rights.
But parliament my cyber laws, I think I'd expand more about those areas. Then coming to Nyambo, pride and everything. Pane article and the Tanzi Pamun, Pane former aspects and guide a monastery and Katasa internet to Arunio guide a monastery. I sent acronym RICE, RICE. R is reward.
Okay.
Nokata say news munhu isada reward ma numbers. Saka news sadza verify vanongo manyongo no poster in pane mama pages kuti ndakamira kwa follower muZimbabwe ninyaya yekuti ndenda follower page nchiti ndere music kana ndakanzi Zimbabwean legends anditi ndofollow nchiti ndiri maZimbabwean legends egeti tichadzidzo zvamukadota todzidza zvanenge panoona rimwe day pari kunzi pane zinyoka rawanikwa namwambuya kumarondera kuti aizvi kuingwa nditi yambengeri yema legends koyaya kuzinyoka futi vanhu saka vanhu vari kumhanyira reward then hanzi it's RICE. I it's for ideology.
Okay.
Ona tambutaura nyaya yekuti ideology can bypass your
Yeah.
intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
Ideology can bypass, because ideology inosanganisira religion. It can bypass common sense yako. Saka itimes vamwe vanouya vari overzealous zvavanodzidza from their religion and then attack everybody nepambara necessary. Akudzoti ndiri kureligion kwako ndiani. Ndaposta something about the Bible says this, the Quran says this. Munhu akutotanga kutooataka vanhu nezvimwe zvitori very sensitive. That's RI then C is cohesion. Nekuvhundutsira yayo. Kuvhundutsira kuripo pa social media yekukwatisana, kuburitsirana manudzi, yekuburitsirana masecrets. Then the last one is ego. You also mentioned about ego. Kuti munhu achizobvuma manje kuti I was wrong, like you were saying, kuti apa information yandakapa
kuburuka manera iwayo.
Saka pa social media manje I think I go back to nyaya ndambotaura yekuti pakuda mitemo iri strict yekunatsoningira. Because do you know kuti around the world panotone a number of suicides dzakonzerwa nesocial media.
A lot, yes.
A lot of masuicides akonzerwa nesocial media. Mumwe munhu aitotaura kuti vamwe vaitotaura munhu anogona kukomita suicide, vamwe vaitotaura ndaakomite ndaafe, munhu otozokomita suicide zvesho. So there is really need yekuti paitwe ma-regulations.
Yeah, chabvunza mukoma Joy as well, but let me speak from one aspect yemwe industry andinoshanda mairi mu-aviation industry. Pane mitemo iripo inogovernor aviation kuti ikatoti mune company yamuda kuregister kuti muite zvekugadzira ndege munofanira kunge muine division inonzi quality assurance, because vanhu vachakwira ndege idzodzo. Saka panotone ma-experts anomira imomo kuona kuti basa raitwa here nemitemo inochengetedza upenyu hwevanhu. Haungoti chii ndagadzira ndasunga newaya nebaudi rangu chotonge apangu haingosumuka ndege. Pane signature yekutanga yemunhu agadzira, pouya signature yemunhu inspector ari kusikopatsira ari kuapprova kuti zvaita sezvaita. Even after that pane ma-regulating bodies. Muno for example mune inonzi Civil Aviation Authority of Zimbabwe, kunze kunonzi Federal Aviation Administration. Accountability, kuti kana paine something chaitika tinofollowa masteps evanhu vakanyora masignature avo kuti makati mese imimi chinhu chiri correct, vanhu vadonha havazokwara sei. Saka I think as always patinobudisa mifananidzo, patinobudisa ma-sound bites, ari kudamage vanhu here, ari kuvaka vanhu here. Is someone being held accountable? Are they following my laws? Aya meno those mifananidzo yakakosha kati mutaura yemukoma Joy.
I think there was a big jump yakaitwa netechnology which changed everything. Like I'll give you an example yekuti now every munhu wese ari kufamba paanofamba ane camera muomwe. Camera chinjaira kudhara. Like waiti I remember kudhara tiri vapfana paitonzi Christmas ene munodedza baba Libert ndonga vane camera paibhukwa dzimba nditi. But zvinezvi you don't even need a book. Wana nongonza ane iPhone ndiani ane mauduchi. So izvozvo bring about yekuti unogona kuchomba kana mutaura chemuna munhu achikurekodha. You know.
Akuinvade privacy.
And hakuna mutemo kuti munhu yenyangwa kandiposta ndimuti ndidai andoposta otoita ma-likes otoita ma-views otobhadharwa neFacebook. So that jump yakaitwa netechnology I feel like strongly zvekutaura namono kuti there needs to be some kind of law, you know, stop even kana you can't just be allowed to say something like ndachiverenga nhasi some guy popular utotoziva ari kusuwa vanhu over maninganga achibuda musician amene maallegation anga achibuda achinzi iye ari gay azoita sei. So he's now suing every page yakaposta izvo. Atoisa malawyer atotati message I'm suing everyone akareposta. Ufana kuya court uchitaura kuti wakandoona kupi ndiri. I feel zvikasvika papoint yekudare kuti vanoziva danger kuti you can't just say anything about mono, you can't just say anything about zvoita kuti pane mutemo utodzikwa kana nenyika chayo. I know it's hard because zvanana Facebook nachika hazvicontrolwe nelocal. Unenge ungori mutemo waZuckerberg. So it's a big fight, like almost an impossible fight. Because even Zuckerberg wacha ndakatosunungura mutemo kuti munhu akutaura zvaanoda I'll stop a munhu from so it's almost like we're going into the wild west lawlessness chayo ye cyber world yo.
Yeah. So what has happened to a term like defamation of character
Right.
in the light
I
of,
was just
you
about
know,
to say that.
in the light of everybody's self-editing?
Yeah, my laws are but they're not enforced.
Yeah.
So mna zali kanti kanyozo kale hapana ndisuwa. But when some bro akutanga kusuwa vanhu songa zvimatauра. You stop.
Yes.
But when it comes to malozi amatauro malozi aripo Zimbabwe, we don't have a problem in writing malozi nekunyora madocuments. Ipapo we don't have a problem, but pakuimplement up.
Yeah.
So I think of course Facebook ndiya Zuckerberg we know, but muna available ari muno muZimbabwe. Uchikora mutemo muno muZimbabwe zvafana tuka account wakuru wenyika uri muno muZimbabwe pa social media unongosungwa. So I think mutemo azvine kuti zvanyorwa pa Facebook. Bosi chimwe chakunetsa pa social media kwane ma ghost accounts.
Oh, yes.
Kwane zvipoko. Saka zvipoko manje ufanira kuti ukaona itimes ona nyeyo popota stereka ukadanotarisa zita rake charo nasoro
Asiriya.
panumwe ainzi Bo Jaden. Bo Jaden unoti Joe Biden apindura. So munhu yeye akakumara nzoro nomuwana kupi ukatarisa picture yake haasi iye hamene zvakabuda ipapo pandonetsoko pamwe account yakavhurirwa kuGermany. Saka I think ukatarisa social media pane a group of people vasina that humanity here. Because I wouldn't feel good kuti mumwe munhu anorara akapfeka boots because of zvandataura.
Oh, yeah.
But somebody andofara kuti mumwe munhu achanorara akapfeka boots nhasi because of zvandataura. But still everything goes back to